Hello, my name is Sashin, and this is my top 10 favourite moments in the new Tomb Raider game. This is my own opinion, and I'm sure many of you will disagree, but hopefully some of you will agree with some of the things I've chosen, despite where they are on the list. This video may contain spoilers, so if you haven't completed the game or are planning on buying it, you may want to close this now. The footage in this video is my own, and I played this on PC on normal graphics using an Xbox 360 controller. My PC couldn't handle the recording and playing the game smoothly, so I compromised with graphics. Also, for some reason, when I recorded the second half of the game, the clips had no audio, so I apologise in advance for any clips without audio. Anyway, enough of that, let's get to it. Number 10. I thought when Lara finally got her signature weapons at the end, her two pistols, were pretty cool. I liked that you were given the opportunity to kill Father Matthias with them. I think it's a shame Lara only acquired them at the very end, but after all, this is a reboot of the franchise, and I can understand why you don't get them earlier. I actually thought Roth would give them to you, but that was just an upgrade. Number 9. I thought the title sequence was really well done. After Lara struggles to get out of the cave, you are given a view of open air looking over the wrecked ships of past travellers that have crashed onto the island. This title sequence takes you from that sense of claustrophobia you feel in the cave you were just in, and gives a hint about the island and what's to come in the story as it progresses. Number 8. Whilst playing through the game, you discover many artifacts and diary entries which I think complement the story. Diary entries can be found written by Sam, Father Matthias, Whitman, and others who have had the misfortune to suffer the trials and fate of the island. Number 7. At number 7, I chose the character Grim. His character and Scottish accent make him a likeable character, and he earns my respect for being such a badass as he doesn't go down without a fight. I have to admit, the characters could have done with some more development, but regardless, he's still awesome. Number 6. Roth is like Lara's mentor, and his death had to be somewhat heroic to fit his character, and that it was. After the helicopter crashes on the island due to the raging storm, Roth saves Lara's life by giving her mouth-to-mouth in attempts to fend off Father Matthias and the Solari. Unfortunately, Father Matthias lobs a throwing axe into his back whilst Roth is carrying Lara as he dies. Personally, I would have dropped Lara and used my other pistol before Father Matthias threw the axe. Actually no, I would have just shot Matthias and then the rest. Then again, bullets are more of a threat than one axe, so maybe he made the right decision. Number 5. Oh boy, I really wanted to see this so badly. They made you wait for it until almost the end, but I don't think it was worth it because you never got to see it. I am of course talking about the death of Dr. Douchebag Whitman. I really wanted to see him get ripped to shreds by the enemy like he deserved, but alas, Tomb Raider's big head got in the way of the camera. Number 4. I have to say, when Lara is sandwiched between two guys on a small bridge precariously positioned over a long drop into a pool of blood, I was quite disgusted, but it was very memorable. This section of the game is where you have to venture into the lair of those men left to fend for themselves as part of an initiation to get into Father Matthias' cult or gang, and I think this bit was pretty scary. I walked cautiously, making sure I could predict anything that would jump out at me in a QTE, but it didn't happen whilst walking down the path, which I liked because it kept me on edge. I found a guy talking to himself, which I thought added to the atmosphere, and you could have easily passed it if you weren't paying attention. I admit there were some guys that did jump out at me. It wasn't too scary because I just owned them in the face with my pry axe. Number 3. My third favourite moment in the game was when you had to survive the horde of only storm guards and you can't stay in one place because they run and climb after you. I really like the big combat sequences in the game, but I have to admit, playing on hard, the AI wasn't too challenging and I was a little disappointed that when you got to the end and you saw that big storm guard with the massive spike club, you didn't get to fight him, although you did get to fight him later on. I think having a dodge button is really good because it doesn't snap to cover, which makes it useful because you can dodge in any direction and it's very helpful for killing enemies. I don't think they should have used QTEs when dodging for a counterattack because it made some of the enemies who were supposed to be tough a bit too easy. But it doesn't make the game any less fun to play. Number 2. At number 2 I chose the part where Queen Himiko came to life and her face breaks apart. I thought this was quite scary. Again, I apologise for this clip not having any sound. Number 1. Finally, at number 1, I feel that the death animations and executions were my favourite part of the game. That probably says a lot about me as a person, but I don't mean it in that way. I think they were gruesome but funny because they were over the top, especially when I kept getting stabbed through the neck when sliding through the water and trying to dodge literally everything in sight. I think my favourite death animation was where I was on low health and I wasn't paying attention and an enemy impaled me through the chest. I actually gasped as it was so unexpected but cool at the same time. Overall, I really think that Tomb Raider is a fun game, not too challenging. It does have some great characters but some aren't developed enough, but I would definitely recommend Tomb Raider to long-time fans of the franchise and people who want to get into the franchise like myself. I feel like this one has a good balance of combat and puzzle solving to appeal to a wide audience as well as loyal fans. Thanks for watching, guys. If you want to see a funny video about Tomb Raider, YouTuber user Two Awful Guys have made a video to the backing track of Bad Day by Daniel Powter, showing Lara being tossed around in the game, which I think is pretty hilarious, which you can click on using the on-screen link I've provided. If you want to see all the death animations in the game, then please click on the other video by David the Barbarian 1. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a like and feel free to comment your own favourite moments you had with Tomb Raider. Goodbye for now.